Hello and welcome to Marotopia, the community of artists, producers and sound lovers. My name is Marc Romboy, and together with my dear friend Robert Babic, we played the biggest clubs and festivals around the globe and released thousands of tracks on first-class labels like Compact, Bedrock, Carl Cox's awesome Soundwave imprint, and my label Systematic as well. Hi Robert, how are you?
Hello Marc, nice to see you again.
Yeah, and today we have a very, very, very exciting topic, and I'm pretty sure you will be into it. How do you stay creative when you're going through a low point while producing music? I mean, this is something, first of all, a little disclaimer. This is a problem every artist on this globe knows and has. Right, Robert?
Yeah, of course, you cannot be having non-stop hit ideas every day and be like in top form. That's totally normal. And to be honest, I would even say, to go a little bit deeper, I need to have at least 2 or 3 deep crises per year as an artist, just to understand why you do this at all. I mean, like, why I make music? What is the reason? And do I really love it? And then usually comes enough answers that I love it so much and I cannot stop. But it's really normal. Sometimes I come to the studio, sit here, switch this stuff on, play a little bit around, and then I feel, fuck, it sounds boring.
Yeah, and this is very, very important, and you really should not worry about it. So I tell you a little story about the Marc from 20 years ago. The Marc from 20 years ago entered the studio, tried to make some music like playing a kick, a bass line, and when it wasn't really fascinating me, I drove back home and was really frustrated. So I was so on fire, that much on fire, that it really frustrated me when a day passed by where I didn't have a great result. Nowadays, we have the Marc of a contemporary Marc. And the contemporary Marc is much more relaxed because, yeah, the older one, thanks so much. And nowadays, the contemporary Marc appreciates this because he has understood that it's a bit like yin and yang. So you cannot be euphoric every day and every second. It's maybe something we would love to have, but if we are euphoric every second in our life, we don't know the opposite. And we need to know the opposite in order to appreciate the euphoric moment. An example, in a club, when you play in a club, then you really appreciate the moment and also the vibe you are creating together with the dance floor and with the audience. So this is very important, yin and yang, that you know the counterpoint, and then you can really enjoy the moment in the studio where a bass line or a kick or a pad or an arpeggio, which triggers you, really makes you happy.
Okay, let's say I would even say, if you are in the studio and you don't have a good idea, this is also really quality time. And let me explain. This means now you have time to learn your tools. You have enough. If there's no idea to finish a track, okay, then try to learn what this plugin is doing. Try to play around with, oh, what is this function doing? This is quality time because you learn. And then later on, when and sometimes, or quite often, just by learning a new instrument or an old instrument, a new idea comes up, and then I want to make a track out of this. So it's also quality time. If you simply say, okay, today I will not make music, but I will learn. This is good for you.
Yeah, you can exploit the time when you're not so creative in order to make things which are also necessary. You can, for example, create a bank, a sound bank. You can take your drum cells and put nice samples onto your cells in order to have something prepared for the next session. Because as better you are prepared, as more likely is the possibility that you create something great, especially when, in example, the drum cells are assigned with great sounds you really like. Or you go through Splice or Loop Cloud and search for some nice samples. Or you go through a synthesizer and play a bit around in order to find a nice sound. And now comes the really funny aspect. Now, in this moment, you might think my track is crap. However, let's say 3 weeks later, you enter the track again, you open the project again, and this is something which can really happen from time to time. You open the project 3 weeks later, you really hated this project, you even called it crap session 25.5. You open the project and boom, you like it. Because sometimes you are so deep inside the rabbit hole that you don't see the entire picture anymore. Did you have this back in the days, Robert?
Yeah, of course. And especially for this, I have a rule. If I start a track, I always finish the track. It's really a rule. Just finish it, and later on, you can still delete it. But finish what you started. Because first, you learn by doing, right? And second, maybe it's a giant hit if you listen to this 2 weeks later. So finish everything you start.
Yeah, finish everything you start can be an option because you can also test it. And then you can think, okay, let the people on the dance floor decide. And I know so many moments where I was surprised in both directions. Sometimes I thought I had the biggest hit track in my life, and then a dance floor, and I reacted like so, and the other way around. So give the track a chance and just try it out. And because the biggest problem is that once we are doing this track, we are not really objective anymore. We are too subjective. And the objectivity returns with playing the track, showing the track to others, or listening to the track 3 weeks later. Nevertheless, to come back to the question, if you are making a track and if you are really feeling a low point and you are not in a good mood and you think, holy crap, this is not a good idea. Robert, which possibilities, which options do these people have in order to become creative again?
Go for a walk.
Yes, go for a walk. Or play table tennis.
Play with your cat.
Play with your cat. Go to the restroom.
Yes.
Have a walk in the forest.
Read something. Make open your mind for especially if you are stuck in an idea and it's looping and you think, oh no, I cannot finish this. Do something completely different. Do the dishes.
Yeah, do the dishes.
And then
clean up the studio.
And then you come back and let's try this way. Change the focus.
I remember a moment where I made a track. I don't know what it was again, but doesn't matter. At the end, I liked it. I was sitting in front of this track and I was trying out something. And then I was at this point 0. And then I said, okay, Mark, let's have a walk. So it's really nice outside of my studio. I can walk on the greens. I walked outside. There was even a friend with me. And we walked outside. We talked a little bit about something completely different than music. And no joke, after 5 minutes, I told him, I have to go back to the studio. I have the idea now. Can we please stop our talk? Let's meet tonight for a wine. I have to return to the studio because now I know what to do. Boom. You just need the cut.
Do you really want to keep producing tracks nobody plays?
We show you in Malta at our masterclass in Robert's studio how to stand out of the crowd. And we want to take your track to the next level. And we are more than happy to help you with this. So, February 2026, Marotopia Masterclass in Malta.
Yes. Yes.
That's all.
A well-known secret.
Yeah, and it just came. The feeling where my inner me told me you have to return to the studio now and not in 20 minutes was so strong that I returned, I knew what to do, and boom, the track was finished.
Cool.
Cool. This is cool.
Yeah.
With other words, conclusion. Don't worry when you have a low point. Don't be too rude to yourself, like, I have no idea, I'm the loser, blah, blah, blah. You're not a loser, not at all. Everything makes sense. Every moment makes sense. Let it happen. Do something completely different. Take your time, sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes 3 days, sometimes even 3 weeks, and then finish a track. Let the people decide, and boom, you are back at objectivity. Robert, you have the last word.
Yeah, and my last word is, like always, make more music, make the world a better place. See you.